Hello, boys and girls. Sick and tired Mr. Jimmy coming to you with a little bit more review for the Topic 5 post-assessment. So let's take a look. It says drag numbers complete the ratio table. Numbers may be used once or not at all. I'm just going to reconstruct this table over here. So essentially I'm looking at this as an X and a Y value. Let's say here we have a 2 and a 4. We have a 5 here. Now, if I'm looking here, I'm trying to think about on the x's, what am I doing to this 2 to make it become a 4? Remember, when dealing with the ratios, I'm making equivalent ratios by multiplication or division. So my thought is I'd multiply this by a 2. 2 times 2 is 4. All right. Now, if I want to do that, then I would have to do the same thing to this term over here. So if you want to think about this is the top term, the bottom term. If I multiply the bottom term by, or top term by 2, I must multiply the bottom term by 2. So I multiply this by 2, and I'll get 10. So this would become a 10 here. And we could actually see that if I simplify this, simplify it, this will get me back to the original 2/5. So I can no longer use the 10. All right. Now, let's see here. I see I have a 4, 6, and 8, a 12, and a 15 left. Now, I can multiply 2 times 6 to get 12, but then I have to multiply this by 6 and get 30, so that's not going to work for me. My thought is here to multiply this to get 6. So if I were to put a 6 down here, and then I go back to that 2 that I originally started with. All right, I'm going back to the 2 we started. What did I multiply this 2 by to get the term 6? Well, I multiplied it by 3. What did I multiply the top term by? I must multiply the bottom term by. So 3 times 5, 3 times 5, 5 and 3 are the factors. That should give me a product of 15. And look at that, I do have 15. So that'll work for this problem. And if I thought about that, 6 over 15, if I wanted to just check this, I could divide both terms by 3. And look what I get. I get the original term of 2 to 5. All right, it's a nice way to check it for ourselves. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Choose the graph that shows the pairs of values from part A. Now, let's see if I can recall this. It was the x was 2, and the corresponding y was 5. The x was 4. The corresponding y, I believe, was 10. The x was 6, and the corresponding y was, I believe, 15. Let's just double check that. 2, 5, 4, 10, 6, 15. Okay, good. So we want to find which graph has these points plotted accordingly. Now look, we can look at these as ordered pairs, just like this. So each of these terms are an ordered pair. Each of these ratios are ordered pairs. So we have 2, 5. 2, 5. Well, that should be here. A does not work. Let's go to B. 2, 5. Well, between 4 and 6 is 5, so that's a check. We'd go, what's next? 4, 10. That is a check. And we go 6, 15. 15 is 15, 14, and 16. That's a check. Right now, B looks like a good answer to me. Just want to go ahead and verify that C and D do not work. It does say choose the graph. It's not plural, but just check. We have 2 and 6. That does not work. We have 6 and 10. That does not work. And they have nothing else, so that's not going to work. Let's go to D. D is 2 and 5. That would work. We have 4 and what is that? I don't even say it's 7. It's not even graphing a straight line because the line's not even on these. I'm not going to go with that. So now I feel confident with B being my correct answer. Let's take a look at another one here. If a dairy has 8 gallons of milk to sell, then they package the milk in quarts. How many quarts will they have to sell? Well, I must know the relation between quarts and gallons. I believe there are 4 quarts. There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. But wait a minute. I now have 8 gallons. I don't know why. I can just say do G-A-L. It shouldn't be G-A-L-L. G-A-L. All right. So I now have 8 gallons of milk that I'm trying to sell. We are now selling 8 gallons of milk. 8 gallons of milk. What did I do to this term to make it this term? Well, I times by 8. Times this by 8. 8 gallons is equivalent to 32 quarts. So my correct answer here would be 32. In 1 hour, Roadside Sand sells 24 bouquets of flowers. At the same rate, how long would it take for the stand to sell 96 bouquets of flower? Again, I'm thinking 1 hour, 24 bouquets. Equals, well, I have time up on top, I have bouquets on the bottom. Now I have 96. Well, I have to ask myself, what did I multiply 24 by to get 96? I could do some division. I am pretty decent with my math facts, so I know that 25 times 4 would give me 100, but I have one fewer in each group, so that's one fewer, that gives me 96. So this would be times 4, times a factor of 4, so times this by 4, and we get the 4 hours. The 4 hours. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. How many milliliters of milk are in the container shown? Well, it looks like I have 3 liters. Ooh, milli. Well, here's my base units. Base units is right here. So my base units, or my basic units, those are liters, meters, and grams. Well, I have 3 liters, but I'm going to milli. So I have deci. I have centi. And then I finally have milli. Now, as I move to the right, because I am moving to the right, I am multiplying by the power of 10. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3 moves. That would be like multiplying 3 times 10 to the 3rd power, or 3 times 1,000. That would give me 3,000 milliliters is the equivalent to 3 liters. All right, let's take a look. Mine received a package that weighed 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. Choose all the customary measures that are less than 1 kilogram. Now, I'm lucky because on my backboard I can see from here that 1 kilogram is approximately 2 2/2 pounds. So it says choose ones that are less than this. Well, if 1 kilogram is 2 2/10 pounds, that would make sense then that 1 pound is less than 2 2/10, or 1 pound. So if 1 kilogram is approximately 2 2/10 pounds, that means that this would be less. So we're good with this. Now, 5 pounds. I'm just thinking I'm going to double this to get roughly 5 pounds, meaning I have to double this. That's going to be 2 kilograms. So that's not less than 1 kilogram. 50 ounces. Well, I know that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So that means 2 pounds, or approximately 2 kilograms, is equal to 32 ounces. Am I correct in saying that? So choose all that measure less than 1 kilogram. Well, if I have 50 ounces, let's see, if I had 3 pounds, isn't that equal to 48 ounces? And 3 pounds would be slightly more than 1 kilogram, correct? Because if 1 kilogram is approximately 2 2/10 pounds, isn't it just, that would be too much. But this here, 30 ounces are 2 pounds. This is going to be the right one here. And then obviously 100. If 50 ounces don't work, then 100 ounces won't work either. 5 pounds won't work. So there's my answers, A and D. All right, finally, Mandy can buy a package of 12 erasers for $1.80 or a package of 8 erasers for $1.84 or $1.44. Drag how much does each eraser cost in each package? Well, let's see here. If I am buying 12 erasers for $1.80, I want to find out their unit price, the cost of 1 eraser. So I'm going to take $1.80 and divide it by 12. $1.80 divided by 12. So I'll put my decimal up here, put a 0. That goes in once. That gives me 12. I subtract. That's 6. Bring down the 0. 12 goes into 65 times. So that means that each eraser in this package is going to cost me a whopping 15 cents per eraser. Let's go to the next one. The next one is 8 erasers for $1.44. So again, now let's find the unit rate. I want to find the cost of 1 eraser. All right, let's divide. Decimal point, add a 0. That gives me 1. That is 8. Subtract. That's 6. Bring down the 4. 8 goes into 64 8 times. Hey, that's going to give me a price of 18 cents per eraser. Well, it looks like this would be the better buy. If, in fact, they need to buy this many erasers. If they're going to go to waste, then this one might be the better buy. But, again, this is going to be at a cost of 18 cents per eraser. This is going to be a cost at 15 cents per eraser. I believe that is the end. Oh, sorry, I have one more. Ian is buying apples at the farmer's market. The apples come in packages of different sizes. Choose a package that's the best buy. Well, 2 pounds for $4.98, 5 pounds for $12.25, 8 pounds for $18.80, or 10 pounds for $23.70. Well, this one's not bad. If I divide everything by 10, that just kicks the decimal over, kind of like we think about a metric conversion. So this is going to be me here. It's $2.35 or 37 cents, excuse me, per pound. I go to the $8 for $18.80. I'll divide this by 8. Decimal point, that gives me 2. That's 16. I'll have 2 left over, I believe. Yep, that's 28. That gives me a, let's see here, it's 28 cents, correct? 8 goes into 28 was at 4 times. That gives me 40. So that's going to give me $2.45 per pound. So far, the last one's the best deal. Here we have 5 for $12.25. We'll divide by this, divide by 5. That gives me 2 with 2 left over. That's a 4 with 2 left over. So this is also, look at that, $2.45. Is it 45 cents? Let's see, did I do that right, Master G meeting? No, $2.45 cents per pound. And the first one, just cut this in half. Let's see, that's going to give me $2. That's going to give me 49 cents per pound. Looks like the best deal is at 10 pounds. But again, if you want to think about this, if I'm buying 10 pounds of apples, that's quite a few. I'm going to do something with them. If I don't need quite that much, then maybe one of these 3 are the best deal. But based on the way this problem is formatted, this would be the best deal. Okay? Hope this helps you with your test preparation. Take care. Bye-bye.